Good morning all, hope you're doing well. S&P, it looks quite bonkers to be honest with you, but we have to remember our risk calculation is very much on. We've got a minus 18 SSI, which is really ludicrous when you think about it, because there's 18 people trying to short this market, well, these indices, against the one person buy, and there's so many people trying to short this rally. It's quite scary, but that's just the risk calculation. So if we do go up, that's fine because it agrees with our spreadsheet. It does look like it probably could do with like a retracement, like a little exhaustion, but we've got the moving average, the 21 MA, you know, we're pointing up, we're above our level, and they are selling it here on the daily. However, if we look at the smaller time frame, they are selling it on the smaller time frame. So here, yeah, basically we should be above 4178. So we're in this like consolidation box. And the trouble is that Powell gave us mixed messages yesterday. He started off really hawkish, and we had a big result on the USD, and then he sort of played down his hawkishness and went quite dovish, and so it gave us a bit of a mixed picture. So you can see the reaction of that Powell speech, where then we really puked really hard, and then we rallied again, and then we rallied. So it created quite a lot of confusion in the sentiment. So we have to be careful. We're possibly going to be in this box. Sentimentally, we have to be above 4178 because they sold it. So it would be unusual for them to get paid. But you can see how they went long here. That might have stopped them out. But if they held on and their stops were a bit wider, they would have got really nicely paid. So they got paid here. And if we break this low, then they're going to get paid on this. So it's very unusual for them to get paid on that move, and it'd be very unusual to get paid on that move. So 2 times in a row would be very unusual. So I'm being really careful. And our trade of the day would have been the Euro Oz, but I don't really trust these indices right now. Possibly we're going to rally because we are actually a buy, but we need to be above that level. US 30, they've gone long. So we should be below 34046, but we haven't quite got the crossover. We've gone quite sideways, and very tricky. Look at that price action. What's that? That's a big move, isn't it? Oh wow, 336, 341. Wow, yeah, that God. No, that would be like an account buster, wouldn't it? If you were incorrectly sized, those moves would have screwed you really badly. And also, just of note, is that the IC markets, even the minimum amount on the micro lot, that would have caused havoc on your account, because the way that it calculates with the S&P, we've got 4 digits, right? The Dow is 5, so it's when it moves, it really moves, and you've got to be really careful. And I'm just being wary right now. So yeah, so we're gonna probably need to break that high. Yeah, we need to go above there. So I'm not sure if we will. And of course, we've got some supply on this wick as well, so we have to remember that it's technically a lot of selling right there for a reason, you know, known to the big fish. They wanted to sell it there for, you know, for whatever reason they had. So that's going to be a decent resistance as well. So keep an eye on these wicks and things. DAX, well, that's been a bit naughty. So they've gone long. Bit of a doji there. So we probably shouldn't be going up. This is probably bogus. So they've gone long, see by the arrow. So that should be a sell. So how legit that is, it looks a bit fake. So yeah, but I can't really say much about that. We have got a resistance punishment zone there, 15490, which could hold. They've gone long, so we saw price fall, which would be normal. So if they go long, we should see price fall, like I say. So they went strongly long there, and they didn't really strongly go long. Well, they are buying it now. So this is likely going to be fake, so be careful with that. You could look potentially for a short up, but I wouldn't want to try and risk it, you know, with 21%, very skewed. So yeah, potentially you could look for a short, but, you know, at the big picture we are a buy. Gold is making a buy. I was just saying in Discord is that we've got these technical zones from the better volumes. So currently in that box now, so we're looking at this candle and we're looking at this candle. This is big institutional selling, and they stepped in and they sold gold quite heavily in these two candles. So from a technical perspective, good resistance. Sentimentally, it made a buy. So it's going to be a case of sentiment over technical today, and I've got a feeling that the sentiment's going to prevail. When you think about it, this is like a driver for price action. It gives it a narrative. Whether the technical is just technical, isn't it? They've stepped in, but at least this we know we've got a reason and a rationale for the move. I mean, yeah, okay, so they went long, so that's the rationale for that move. That's the contrarian logic. The herd went long, so they got punished, right? They went long, they got punished, and now they're shorting it. So we'll have to see. I'd be surprised to see 1916 break, and I'd be very surprised to see 1946 break, because this is big selling here, and the big boys stepped in for whatever reason that they did, but it just coincided with the fact that retail guys went long. So maybe the sharks and the wolves are looking at the retail sentiment. Look at that; it's quite strong, those moves, isn't it? So potentially we're going to climb higher. Okay, so be careful. Euro USD. I'm glad I didn't take the trade yesterday. I was saying 106.90 stop loss would have taken us out, and we actually did go to 106.66. So that would have been that would have resulted in a loss. But you can see how now we made a buy. They've sold it against its moving average. But yeah, be careful. And dollar yen, they made a sell here. 132.50, 132.26 area. So that's where we made the sell. So this is how you can use the QDB entry and exit system. So they've sold it here. So that's your long, and you had the heads up. Yeah, it's almost like an hour prior. Just about, you had an hour, heads up for that move. It's at 11 o'clock, and there's the big move at 12 or 1 o'clock. So you had the heads up there, and that's a big nice profit. 3 hours of nice profits just using that alone. I'll do a Patreon video now, and then we're going to see what's what. And looks like the dollar is falling. It is falling against the CAD because I took a tiny position on it, and it's going to get to TP. What I'm doing right now is I'm just looking for 30 pips profit and a tight stop. So I'm not looking for home runs at all. I'm not looking for 50 pips, 60 pips, or anything like that. With the dollar pairs, I'm just looking at a small TP of 25, 30 pips, and then that's job done. So as long as your size is correct, then it's fine. You remember that you need to have your stop loss as well, and that's it. So I'll wrap up now, and I'll speak to you guys soon.